Acting together, we can respond to rising xenophobia and turn fear into hope. I call on world leaders to join this campaign and commit together to upholding the rights and dignity of everyone forced by circumstance to flee their homes in search of a better life.
Finally, we're now looking for longer-term...
Widespread, growing anti-migrant sentiment and policies have led to the cruel irony that those fleeing terrorism and fleeing armed conflict are themselves now accused of terrorism and criminality in the public mind of many.
In Jordan and Lebanon, we're bringing to our board in the coming weeks our first operational projects using concessional finance for middle-income countries. In Jordan, we want to help create special economic zones to generate in excess of 200,000 new jobs for Jordanians and Syrian refugees. In Lebanon, we're planning an education project to allow 200,000 Syrian children to enroll in Lebanese public schools.
The New York Declaration marks a political commitment of unprecedented force and resonance. It fills what has been a perennial gap in the international protection system, that of truly sharing responsibility for refugees in the spirit of the United Nations Charter.
This summit cannot be reduced to speeches and feel-good interviews, a dash of self-congratulation, and we move on. When millions of people see freedom's invitation only through the flapping canvas of a tent, when they carry their children and their possessions on their backs, walking hundreds, perhaps even thousands of miles, when they and their families risk drowning and are kept cramped in appalling detention centers, and once released, risk abuse by racists and xenophobes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Secretary. We are in the middle of a perfect storm. We have more people on the move than at any time in recorded history. Unfortunately, at least 65 million of those are forced to move. Those numbers are growing and will continue to grow. We are also facing a series of simultaneous, complex, and very protracted humanitarian emergencies. We see no end in sight. We see no viable political processes or active negotiations that offer us any promise of solving any of these in the short to medium term.